Here we go. Hello. He's got the hands. I was busy.
Come on, Dana. You say you're going to do it with me, and then I'm the only jerk.
There was a reason why. There's a reason why.
Okay. I'll let it slide.
Yeah, welcome to Old Gray Bricks. And you know what? Our signature opening wave is because of our friend right below me, Ryan, and he's with us tonight. We'll be talking to him in a bit. Who is like the top brain of all things Lego at Legoland New York, right? Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Head of the model shop and a super awesome dude. And we also have some of our friends from the talk and the Instagrams here. We actually have a couple more panelists on their way, but I'm sure they will be fashionably late, and that's okay. Let's see who's over in the chat. Grumpy J has joined us. We are having a grumpical evening. That's right. Brickaway Beach is here. Very cool. Battery Power Bricks. Yes, you are on time. Let's see. That's Mr. Kazzies. Is that one of you guys' friends? Looks like. Namelos Forever. And who did we lose? We lost. Did we lose somebody?
Dana.
Oh, we lost Dana. Shy Time. Awesome. Always an honor to have you here. Shy Time says he listens to us on the way home from work. And so I'm glad you don't fall asleep and wreck the car, dude. That's cool. All right, let's see who else here. Barry Brick Benson is here. Awesome. Stever is here. Hello, Stever. Jeff Van Winden is there in the chats tonight, and Breaking Up Brad is talking to himself.
I was talking to my chat, okay? Because for those who don't know, some of us are trying collaborative streams to help get some more people into this show here, which you all should be going to subscribe to Zoom. So I'm just
that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. New feature. StreamYard will let all these folks, if they want to, co-stream it to their show, to their channel, and then I think as folks comment, then it shows up here. So
yes,
thank you all for hanging out with us. We're a bunch of dorks, and that's about what the show's about. All right, so that's fine. We're old dorks on the top row. A medium old dork is right there, and then young dorks over there. So
I'm not a dork. You're a
dork. That's what you.
Paul, there is some heavy debate on.
This is a small dork right here. Small dork.
Definitely.
Small dork.
My new name.
That's what it should be. What a Fleabnork's baby is called, as a small dork. And
Fleabnork and a small dork.
Yes, we do. Dorks do rule for
it real. Is in fact your name. It says it right there. It says, see, Fleabnork with a small dork.
I'm not gonna be on the show if you change to that. Like, I'm gonna go downstairs and I'll be on the show. Do you want me to do that?
No, fine.
All right. So we're glad everybody's here. Thank you for joining us. Let's go around the room real quick. Tell us what's up in your Lego world. We'll start with Manicus and Emma. Welcome to the show, by the way. Glad you're here.
So for anybody who doesn't know yet, this is my girlfriend, Emma.
Hi, everybody.
You might have seen her popping up in my videos or whatever. So yeah, she's here because she came along with us for her first big Lego experience, Legoland.
Yes.
She thought my basement was Legoland up until this past weekend, and then she found out, in fact,
it was not.
It was not.
We actually had to go somewhere else.
There's more Lego.
Yeah.
I thought it was the bedroom.
Wow. I don't know who said that, but damn.
Oh my god. He wishes.
I believe it was this one here.
Wait, Mr. Legoland himself?
Yeah, right. So what's new in my Lego world? Could you there's a thing over right there that's pretty cool that I just want to show because I love it. That's all right. This is really nothing's new in my Lego world except this.
I'll bring over the little guys.
This is very cool.
It's a great set. It looks like it's a fantastic build. So
It was
The
fun.
little
I built it
birds.
live last night on Instagram, just talking to myself. So, it was- I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say
Compelling.
other than I love this set, and we had a good time in Legoland.
We had the best time in Legoland.
good deal. Good deal. We're going to talk about that. It was just awesome to see new friends and old friends meeting there. So that's why I wanted to just have a chat about that experience and everything like that. Chad, welcome. Chad from Kansas. Where's Kevin? Yes. Okay.
Where's
so let's
Kevin
talk
is
about,
a big question.
yeah. I mean, how do you not have Kevin in that set, right?
It's ridiculous. It's unexcusable.
Mhm.
At least they gave us a very nice, cute, new molded Doug. I love Doug.
Let's see, Doug.
Very cute.
But other than that, I mean, yeah.
Button fail. Show us, Doug.
No, you gotta
Doug.
hold Doug back up there. There we
There
go.
you go.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
I just met you and I love you.
Well, you know what? The house is very nice. What they could do if they really wanted to is make like the falls where it goes, and then you have like Muntz and all his dogs and Kevin in the jungle. I
That'd
don't
be
know.
cool.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
That's a
Potential
thought.
expansion pack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That would be cool.
Okay, so I have an old gray bricks critique here. Maticus, your shirt is great. However, the helmets look sus.
Oh, you know what? You're right. You're
Oh.
right. They're the wrong helmets. They're, yeah.
That's
I
a
didn't design the
space,
shirt, all right? I just bought it.
that's a space foul.
I felt
It is
mad.
a space foul. Does this go over your head? Do you know? So it's the newer mold of the helmets when it should be the older, like classic mold. Like I probably.
Gotcha.
It's
And those,
all right, Matt. Some of us don't care.
Okay.
It's still space. It's cool.
With the. That's whatever.
Emma's pretending to understand.
Oh yes.
Every
did
time
that
I
a lot
say
that,
Lego
she
things
did that
to
a
her.
lot
Yeah,
this
that's
past weekend.
You also just gave yourself a space purple nurple by holding the purple thing there. So
It's a bit sassy.
that's so wrong. Don't ask this guy about anything in that region or Fleetmark or anything like that. We're not doing that. Not tonight. Not tonight.
All humongous content.
All right. Then we tried to make Small Paul cringe early. All right, Brad. Brad, what is up in your Lego world?
Okay, so me and Matt hit a bunch of used Lego stores on the way to and from Legoland. So I just 3 highlights I wanted to quickly show. One of the ones I picked up was this awesome Mars mission set,
Moto.
which I'm really excited about because I kind of always wanted this one as a kid. But the next one, I mean, everyone's gonna hate except like Maticus because I picked up Magisto's shop, which is a really cool set and also one we might be getting a remake of. So I'm really glad. I didn't even know that when I picked it up, but I'm very glad I got it. This last one, everyone is about to. Matt is the only other person in this call right now that knows I picked this up, and we'll have to tell that story some other day.
Galdor. Oh, you got Nexo. That's a cool set. That's a really cool set.
I
Mr.
did
Castle
this
himself right here.
for one reason: content, and then I might sell it.
My son had that set. He loved it.
This monster sucks.
I want you to
Okay,
build it,
oh,
and
is
I
that-
want you to enjoy it.
Is that the Queen minifig though? The next
Yes,
one
I mean, I already
think
have
is
her,
cool.
but she's a great figure.
Well,
Oh.
all right. I mean,
But I also, you'll be proud of me. I did get an orange spaceman this past weekend, so
yes, you did.
finally found one of those. I won't tell that story, but I did finally find one of those. So, yeah, a lot of cool Lego stuff happening. I have even more stuff back there that I'm not even showing in bags over there. I even got a Monkey Kid set. So some people are trying to get me to branch out a little bit, and I said, you know what? For certain people, yes, I'll do that. Yes, Wizard Shop is better than Exonites. I mean, Wizard Shop was the coolest thing I found that weekend. So there was a lot of cool stuff. But and also $50 worth of Chima parts to help out my orc army. So
Dumb
I'll have
bag of
some fun with
Chima.
that. It's the only ever reason that Chima, I'll be like, yeah, I want to get some Chima.
You did get a free cape with it, though.
Yes. I almost bought a cape and I was like, $2 for it. I won't get it. And then while I was checking out, the guy just like grabbed the cape and chucked it in the bag and was like, it's just part of it. And so Yeah,
No.
Andy's Brick Shop, guys, is one of those stores that you guys should definitely
Andy's
hit if
is
you're in the
the
Philly
best.
area. He is absolutely amazing. Absolutely loves just community building in his Lego store, and he's just awesome. So,
Good deal.
also, what was the other store we hit, Matt? I want to shout them out.
Bucks County Bricks.
Yes, but the other one,
Brick House Resellers.
Brick House Resellers, super cool. I actually got not the shop, but most of the rest of that lot from them. And we stayed in that store for like 2.5 hours. So it was a lot of fun.
Good. Awesome. Let's just all just weirdly stare at Brad for a moment.
Oh, I'm going to start talking about Castle on your space show if you leave
Oh,
me out.
Been holding up my
He's been
Magisto
holding
figure
this up for the last 5 minutes, Brad. Just want to
because
let
I
you know.
just to show my
the
support.
moment you started talking about castles, he was like, "I got it."
This is one of my favorite minifigures. So Magisto.
Has he got the glow in the dark wand? That's important.
I have many of these, but yes, this is just one.
The glow in the dark. Okay.
Glow-in-the-dark wand.
Is there a rumor of a Magisto like gift with purchase or set coming out soon? Is that correct?
Summer.
I asked Castle Boy a question when he put food in his mouth.
He's got
So- There's a rumor of a GWP coming with a Magisto, like a Magisto Classic Castle GWP. And if I had to guess, because it's going to be the same size as the Forced Hideout, if you look at the size of the set, they could easily remake this so that it did fit in the size of that like $30 range of Black John Cruiser and the Forced Hideout. So to me, I think that's what's happening, but maybe it's like a small cart with him. I just think they're doing it because they screwed up the 90th anniversary one so badly. So, and it's supposed to come out this summer. So,
Gotcha. That's cool. By the way, I just got a note from Dom. He is not feeling well, so he will not be joining us.
Oh man.
So, Lego Joey was supposed to join us, but maybe Ryan told him to. hit
he
the
got
brick.
beat up at Legoland. I don't know.
I wasn't even at work today. I don't know where he is.
Oh, then you're going to show up and with the pizza and the things on fire when you come into the room. That's tomorrow when you get to work. All right, Matt, what is up, Mr. Mellish? It's good to see you.
Not much. Good to see you guys. Thanks for inviting me on. This is my first time on the Old Gray Brick stream, so it's a pleasure to be here. But I also had quite a fun time at Legoland, just as Brad did. I got a lot of stuff at these used Lego stores that we stopped by. I'll hit some highlights. Other than this, I'm just incredibly behind in every other aspect of my content creation Lego lifestyle that I've been living. For those of you who don't know, I am a part of the Lego Ambassador Network, so I have a lot of sets just on the shelf waiting to be built, some that I've shown and some that I have not yet. So stay tuned on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram to find out what I'm building as of late. But for this trip, I will show you what I picked up just kind of briefly at Legoland. I know this is a space stream, but I did get some Star Wars packs because those are sold out everywhere else. So it was cool to find those still in the wild. I got some cups and a red one to go along with my blue, and then a nice adult glass beverage cup.
It's a child-sized beverage cup. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure those are labeled as toothpick holders at this
Really?
True.
Awesome. It doesn't say on the bottom. It does not say on the bottom what it is exactly.
I was told it is a small cup
A small cup. Perfect.
by an employee there.
Perfect size for a space baby. But I also got this Star Wars carrying case, which is really cool. Picked this up
That's
at
like the
Andy's Brick Shop.
mid-90s, right? Or, I mean, early mid-2000s, right?
I would say because what's unique about it is it has a lot of these classic figures on it from the Revenge of the Sith era, along with Attack of the Clones. But then also, it was a Clone Wars era set or box because it was right before when they released the Clone Wars cartoon movie. This is Captain Rex in the old Clone Trooper armor. So it must have been like a prototype figure or like a depiction of what they thought he might look like. This is also the newer R2-D2 with the older C-3PO. So it's very interesting. I feel like this is the kind of stuff that I like to collect, the unique stuff that not a lot of other people like to get.
Come on, Matt. You got to show the other big thing you got.
Well, I'm opening it up.
Okay.
I'm opening it up. I got a Bionicle mask.
The most important part.
Brad gave me. Brad and I did a trade. If you haven't seen our video,
I
check
did.
that
I
out.
saw that.
Works.
But then, because I missed out on it,
Oh,
I
that's
got
not the thing I was
the
talking about.
Blacktron Cruiser. So
Yay.
I'm very happy to have that. Brad, what are you talking about?
Oh,
Oh,
talk about the
bricks?
thing. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm talking because you gotta tell the story.
Right. So I like weird and unique things. That's kind of like what I enjoy collecting the most. When we were at the event, we got an exclusive. We got an exclusive brick. So this is a Duplo brick that reads Professor Brick's Factory Adventure Ride from the Legoland attraction. But then, what's the store's name, Brad? Again,
Brick
Brick
House
House
Reseller.
Brick House Resellers. While I was filling up some Pick-a-Brick cups there, and Brad was determining what his purchases were going to be, the owner brought up, and Brad, did you point this out originally? I think you
I did because I saw it and I almost picked it up, but I wanted you to have it because I knew what it meant.
So Brad pointed this out to me, which is an exclusive Legoland opening 2020 brick, just as the other one was printed. But what makes this special is that Legoland did not open in 2020 due to the
COVID.
vid. Yes. So this brick is rare to have because the ones that were made were destroyed because they didn't open that year. So,
Can't say a word.
so I feel like I have a piece of the forbidden fruit here, if you will.
Nice.
Wow.
Actually, he's writing this down so he can find out how that got leaked out. And
Oh no!
Oh no, that there are so many more of those. than
Really?
you would think,
Okay.
and they were not all destroyed.
Oh
Oh,
no!
you have some in your natural.
I may have a few hundred.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It's still special, but yeah, COVID killed that pretty well.
look for you to pan over and you have an entire wall of them in your house. That would be hilarious.
His shower is actually just built out of them. Like,
Opening
That's
in
my bathroom.
2020.
Yeah.
No, I mean that's basically what's going on in my world. That was just a little short haul video, but yeah, I mean it's cool to always have a piece of Lego history, whether it's something like this or like the carrying case. I like unique things that you can't get anywhere else, so that's why I enjoy collecting.
Awesome. Good deal. All right. Thank you for joining us, sir. And yes, I can't believe it's your first time with us, and I appreciate you being here. As one said, I think you and Brad, your setups are a little too pro for us and everything. Matica's you two, we don't have any lighting or
This guy, he's the pro.
I'm far from being a pro, but I had camera equipment beforehand and I bought this mic, so I look like I know what I'm doing. It's all about the lighting. That's
All
all
our
it is.
presentation.
Yep.
hey,
Right.
look,
That's
if
lighting.
you can BS anything these days, I can look like I'm a pro, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
I mean,
The
you shouldn't
truth
have
is,
lights shining behind you, pointing
Yep.
towards you or anything. Yeah, I understand.
Brad's
truth
got the
is-
great like mood lighting.
we all pretend like we know what we're doing, but we're just learning along the
It's
way.
a lot of pretend.
Mhm.
It is. It's okay. We're good. All right. Welcome back, Dana. Dana had to reboot some computeries or something like that. Anyway, all right. Let's talk to our friend Ryan. Ryan, how are you, sir?
Super bricktastic. Oh, that's right. I'm off the clock. I'm good, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good. What's up in your Lego world, dude?
So I got to preface this by saying, before we get to the event, I actually didn't meet anyone in this room the day of the event. They had me sequestered sort of on the other side of the room where the event was happening and schmoozing and giving tours all day. So this is actually my first time meeting a bunch of these guys.
That's
but
our
if I'm
show,
not-
everybody. Good night.
I was gonna say that at some point. I was like, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Joey knows all of them. So I think he was also sitting on that side of the room.
Yeah, all the cool people were on the left side. I'm just saying.
Stage right.
Stage left. So what's going on is actually I've been doing some spring cleaning today. This entire setup behind me is a whole new set of shelves that I've been working on to space out and make room for even more of the stuff that's been kind of just congested over the years. It looks like a couple of people picked up some stuff at Legoland this past weekend. Here's what my opening weekend purchase was for myself.
That is the new Guardian.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the Guardianships in general. But this color scheme and this shape is just so freaking funky and weird that like I had to get it. It's so great.
Is that a new round piece in the back for the engine?
No, there's no round pieces. It's actually a series of snotted on cheese graters.
Oh no. The engine-y thing, the very engine. The
Oh,
very
this one. No, I think this one's been around
Oh,
for a little bit.
Yes, it
okay.
has been.
That's the eye. Okay, I got it.
Sorry, I thought you were referring to these donut shapes as the engines. I was like, no, it looks like a circle, but the way they did it is great.
It is great. That's awesome. All right, so I mean, you inspire us because you Lego at home and at work and everything.
It's kind of, this is my Lego right now. Like
You showed your floor, man. That's awesome.
I have some floor right now, but yeah,
I was just gonna say, where's
it's a
the
mess
floor?
right now.
That's the thing. No one shows their Lego floor. Everybody has this neat little square that they exist on the internet with.
This is the ugly
But,
stuff.
it's Sanford and Son. Well, you kids won't understand that, but it's Sanford and Son all the way around. It's a
Well,
junkyard. It's a.
I got the
It's-
reference.
It sucked for me because I went on the Legoland trip, brought on all this Lego back and stuff, and then I immediately flew out to Texas for work. So by the time I got back, I literally had to clear off my desk because I just had box like sets piled in front of my desk, like all this stuff thrown around, a few different packages I need to like send out, and I was like, I get it. Like Lego fans just tend to get their rooms messy.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. I mean, if you're building and you're just like, I won't sort that piece back, just leave it on your table, and then the bench scrape to clean it off to take the picture. Yeah, that happens. That happens a lot. Except for Sandlin, he doesn't do that. He resorts as he builds because he's that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, to be so impressive.
I got a complex after hanging out and building with him. He's like, "Are you gonna put that back?" No, I'm not. Absolutely not. All right. Speaking of Mr. Sandlin and Small Paul, how are y'all today?
What's up?
Hello, we're doing well. We are actually coming to you live from Nashville. We're visiting my family, so we went to the Opry Mills Lego store yesterday,
I'll go get my set.
and Small Paul has a new set. I got the Aston Martin, the DB5.
And mine is bigger.
Love it.
Looked pretty cool.
I
I thought the weird thing about the set is that the stickers are in old gray. I thought that was interesting choice by Lego. Poor color match on the stickers, but at least the rear window printing is a little closer to new gray. But yeah, that was a little weird. But
Take that crappy car
overall,
out of the way.
it's a pretty cool set. It looks nice, you know. James Bond.
Get that crappy car out of the way.
All right. Small Paul got the Minecraft
End arena.
the end arena. Okay.
Ooh.
It may be bigger, but it's not as filled out.
There's this compartment in the back.
You put all the stuff in there.
Yeah, I have crap in there.
Here, dump it in. You got to be able to show the action feature.
So this is the only action feature of the set.
Here, you need the.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's got a trap door into the lava, and then wait a minute. He's got his. He can do the dragon can.
Pick up the Enderman.
Oh, okay. Show the dragon. The dragon can spit the lava piece out like that,
Nice.
That's
Let's do it again.
Very fun.
and then it has the little shulker box dude that fits in the thing there.
It's just a box with a dude inside it. That's
Neat.
literally all it is.
But those are the new pieces for the new
The shulker.
Minecraft sets. The little weird.
And
piece.
that's what they use
I
in
don't know
Rigging
what this. I think this is called an end fruit. This purple plant thing.
Something like that.
And
Your
these are
dad's
all
an end fruit.
the pillars that the Ender Dragon gets its health from. And
Well,
the head looks like
At Chris's house, a pillar is what you sleep on.
That's right.
exactly what it is.
And then we also, while we were at the Lego store, we got a cup of pick-a-brick,
You got some big-
just miscellaneous stuff off the wall that, different colors of things. And they threw in a
MVP
spring VIP bag. Springy parts, little flowers and bunnies. And I think there's a baby sheep in there somewhere.
Wait, really?
Wow.
And Small Paul got his passport.
Awesome.
So- oh yeah, there's the baby sheep. He's got the
Wow.
baby
Oh,
sheep
wow.
here.
Yeah.
There's a couple of tan Indiana Jones hats in there. Yeah, there's some interesting colors of flowers and parts and things in that, so that's pretty good. Spring Spring Fun VIP add-on pack. That's what
It's a great value.
Mhm.
Is that a $50 thing, or what is the price point for that?
It was it was $50, and they throw that in with $50 purchase. So yeah,
We built those things in at least 20 minutes.
it was about.
I
an
built
hour.
mine by myself. He built his by myself. Also, Ryan, love your shirt.
It's got the baby Yodas all over it, so Small Paul likes that.
I love it.
Does it?
Wait, does it?
I thought it was just. Can we see that again?
Oh.
That is subtle.
Oh my
I love
goodness.
that.
I love just the collective. Whoa.
Yeah, we're all like,
Watch it now, watch it.
"Ooh, ah."
I just thought it was flowers.
Hateful
I did
fashion
too.
show.
I like the subtleness of that.
That is
Mhm.
great.
It is.
I have a dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
I'm literally one of the only people that doesn't wear Lego.
We like your dinosaur. It's
we
very
have to
good.
leave now. We don't have any Lego. Yes.
All right,
Yes, yours
Mr.
is-
Dana has returned to us. Let's see what's up in Dana's world.
That sounds like a hit reality TV show.
You're
Lego.
muted, by the way. You're muted, by the way. You're
Mute-
muted.
Muted.
Oh my-
It's one of those
this
days.
is the most.
You're not fixing the problem, dude.
He's not even. He's just.
I think he's given up. He's given
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Oh, man.
Aw.
Going to street.
No.
I can't unmute it. You can unmute it if you'd hit the button. Oh wait,
There you go.
There we go. All right. Well, so my internet connection right now, I don't know whether it's my laptop. My wife is streaming something and it's causing conflict. I don't know. My laptop's from like 2014, so it probably should be upgraded. I don't know. Yeah, fail. Well, it was a free MacBook from work, and I'm just too cheap because I'm buying Lego to buy a new MacBook.
Yeah, I think you
Yep.
need to stop buying spacemen and start buying a new computer.
Well, sadly, probably the amount of money I've spent on Spaceman, I probably could have been halfway to a new laptop. But let's not go there. Let's
What
not
would you rather have, spacemen or a laptop? I'm just saying.
I don't think there's a bad answer to that question. I don't know. So what have I got going on? So today I started building some littler spaceman type stuff. So I built a nanny bot, which is supposed to be very similar to the spy bot, which was really weird set in general. So it just felt fun
Yeah,
to
it
make
was.
him, and he goes perfect with the kids. Then I also put together some pieces to make the space dart.
Oh yes.
So he's very cute and blue.
And
And
the
then,
first set that properly has a blue spaceman in
And
it.
it does have a blue spaceman. And then I was really happy with the way this one turned out. Everybody remember the Sysmobile?
Yeah.
How funky is that, right?
I think it was goofy.
And then I put together a Bricklink order last night so that I can do the command center, with the little dish flyers. So that's coming, and working on a couple of other smaller sets. I'm realizing I've got a month and a half, so I got to start cracking out more sets quickly. So expect more and more Space Babies over the next couple of weeks as I start cranking out sets. And I also received in a small Bricklink pick-a-brick order yesterday, which included another 30 mosaic plates. So I am cranking out more preliminary mosaic plates for my big project until Lug Bulk shows up, which can't happen soon enough as far as I'm concerned. For the 5 years I was the Lug ambassador, I never cared when the bulk Lug order showed up.
I can't even say it anymore.
I know, it's just it. I'm so verklempt by the whole concept that I'm like I'm just jonesing for that order to show up because I really want to do my project and have it done for Chicago. And if it doesn't show up in sufficient enough time, I won't get it done for Chicago, and that will really bum me out. So
Oh, we're sorry, Dom.
it will be okay. We'll be fine. Dom couldn't make it. Evidently, Dom's sick guy, Dom, today. So he's at least being sick as opposed to me just having computer related issues in one way, shape, or another. So
The best part is Cool Guy Dom is watching our show from somebody else's show and not mine.
how does that work?
Everybody's linking their show to their page, and
so he's actually linking in. There we go. Gotcha.
Thanks for
he's
watching
watching
from mine,
Brad's
though.
show probably, and not mine.
No, he's
Thanks,
not.
man.
He's not. He's watching Maticus's.
Even
know
better.
who his favorite
Even
is.
better. Even better. Even better.
It's me.
It's Emma. He's
Yeah,
supporting
actually, Emma's streaming it.
Yes.
And I do have this to show. So this is the result of Brad's addition to the
Lovely.
collection I picked up last week. So we are happy with that. We're doing we are cooking along. We're almost about halfway through the sets. So got to start cranking out some more.
I love how you're saying you got to crank out some more. You do 17 a day, and
Oh no! If I'm lucky, I'll crank out 3 or 4 in a day, and those are that's when they're little, like this. So
Brad doesn't even know how many orcs he has.
I haven't got a chance to count.
that's horrible, Brad. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm an awful human being. I should go and buy more ore.
You should.
Only one solution.
all right. So the point of our show tonight is to
Yes.
talk about the New York event. So New York Legoland opened up, and then they had a kid Lego Master event,
Junior Master
at
Builder
the show.
competition.
Yeah, Lego Master. So let's let Ryan. Why don't you go ahead and tell us maybe some of the behind the scenes, or how this all came about, or whose marketing guru idea this was.
Well, so again, just to reiterate, there was so much going on this weekend. It was such a big deal. This is the first time we did it. Some of the other Legolands in the past have done junior master competitions, but being that our park is seasonal, they decided to tie it in with our grand reopening. And so it was actually our social media manager, and her name is Sarah. She was the wonderkind who plotted the whole thing together, and then got a bunch of teams and departments in the park together to run the whole thing. My team, my shop was pretty heavily involved from the beginning. And I actually didn't know till the day before that there was an influencer element to this whole thing. Like, there were so many silos of things happening that my world and my focus and my goals were to deliver certain elements of this for Sarah. And that was very much not part of the influencer side of things. So when this like army of influencers walked in the room, I was like, what is going on? And I found out later that obviously a whole bunch were invited to this event, so it was fun. But yeah, my model shop, I designed a trophy, and my team built that trophy, and then other members of my team plotted out what pieces the junior builder competitors were going to be working with, and we did a little bit of schmoozing and tours throughout the weekend for some of the kids, their families, the Lego Masters winners. And leading up to this whole event, actually, we were how do I say this delicately? Making the Lego Masters Season 3 finalist models presentable for the public again. We've actually been sitting on them since before the show aired, and they were stored in secret, and we couldn't look at them or work on them until after the show was over. And then once they decided they would be part of the grand opening weekend, we got to work fixing them. And that was, sort of the last 2-3 weeks leading up to this, was making sure
wow.
Nick, Stacy, the Stevens, and Dave and Emily's models looked as good as possible. And considering the shape that they were in, what you guys saw this weekend was actually a miracle to pull off. So it was actually really nice for Nick and Stacy to see their model and go, wow. They had a couple little tweaks of things that they knew that we didn't. But the source material we got was surprisingly not great. And Joey was actually one of the 2 people mainly in charge of fixing those poor models after they got opened up.
I completely forgot that Steven and Mark's build was also at Legoland, and I should have checked that out.
Well, season 2, all the season 2 finalist models, they're in Legoland, Florida.
Okay. I thought they were in New York.
Yeah, so season 1, because of COVID, went to Legoland, California first.
Okay.
And eventually we got Tyler and Amy's winning model at our park. And then season two, because we already had one, they decided to send season 2 to Florida, and they have all of theirs on display in sort of a public window in their model shop building. And then season 3, they sent all of them here, all 3 finalists. And again, we had to sit on them until they announced a winner, and we had plans for what to do with them. And then we could open them up and go, and figure out what to do next.
So they wouldn't. Was that just like you guys cannot see this? I mean, what were you guys gonna spill the beans or something or what?
I mean, so like there weren't even names on them. Like some of this we didn't know until after we opened. There weren't even names on them. So even if we'd opened them, we wouldn't have known whose they were until they aired them on the show, and then they gave us assets after the fact, and then we knew whose was whose. But yeah, they were shipped in sealed crates and stored in a Indiana Jones warehouse until the time was right, and then we brought them back and got to work.
Wow. So how many? So how much time span did you say you had before when you opened them and you displayed them?
Well, they've been in the warehouse since before the show aired, and that was last fall. So, I mean, we've had them for 3/4 of a year, and then we opened them up. I think 2 months ago we started opening them up, maybe a little bit less, and slowly started working on. But they're huge models, and our model shop is not a huge space, so we had to sort of work on them one at a time.
All right, good deal. All right, so that's your end of that. So the event is you invited kids. Were the kids local kids that competed?
Oh yeah, so yeah. Let me take several steps back. A few months ago, they had an online contest, and basically kids age 8 to 12 could submit a model online that they wanted to present themselves as possible contestants for this Junior Master Builder competition. And the rules were like your parents can't help you. Avoid certain IPs and all that kind of stuff. And I think there was over 100 entries. I forget the final number, and I don't know how much of this was
200.
Yeah, we went through all of them. So before Nick and Stacy got to them, we helped whittle down the candidates quite a bit. I don't know if that's public knowledge, but there it is. And once my team sort of rated them on a scale of 1 to 10, then they went to Nick and Stacy and they whittled it down to 5. It's not that big a deal. It's over. It went to Nick and Stacy and they whittled our field of 10 down to 5. So the happy accident, sort of answer your local question, the happy accident about their choices, unbeknownst to them, is that all 5 finalists were from different states around here. So like one was New York, one was Maine, one was Pennsylvania, Virginia, and I think Massachusetts. I think those were the 5. So we didn't end up with like 5 New Yorkers. It was 5 from all over the Northeast through no intentional planning of Nick and Stacy's. Are we supposed to answer him?
No, you're in the right chat.
I am.
You were in the right chat before.
Dom, you're not in my chat, so it's not the right chat.
Come on, dude.
So then the park invited those 5 kids and their families to the event this weekend, and some of them brought a fairly good sized entourage, and then they wined and dined them and put them up in the hotel and laid out some ground rules about the contest ahead of time, and then threw them up on stage in front of a room of 400 people and X number of people online. And the kids were amazing. Like the kids were, I picture me at that age, I would have like just been a shrinking violet wallflower kid, like get those cameras off of me. And some of them were so focused that they kind of just ignored the cameras, and others just like played it up. They were great. They were awesome. And every single one of them just like plowed through their builds over the course of this hour, and it was really impressive to see.
Cool. All right. Awesome. So, and then Nick and Stacy picked a winner from that and everything. What was the? I didn't write down what the winner, the young lady's name was.
Ava.
I don't know if anybody remembers.
Yeah, so Ava from Pennsylvania, she was the winner, and so I keep forgetting elements of this because I wasn't the person explaining the rules. So they got a floating boat as sort of a tie-in to our upcoming Build a Boat attraction of our water playground. And their goal was to build a boat, and their captain of their ship was one of the more recent collectible minifigures, and they got a captain, and they were supposed to build a boat sort of along with the personality of that character. And she got the robot warrior, and I think she leaned slightly less from the like in-your-face elements of that robot, and more like this robot happens to really love unicorns and rainbows and flowers, and like just because it looked like a robot that we might associate with violence, she went very much into like this robot loves fantasy and like magic, and so her boat was a little bit more along those lines, where I wouldn't have necessarily pictured a robot warrior with the boat that she made, but it was a really impressive boat. And
sorry. I was going to say, she also had an amazing story.
That's what I was about to say. I think what probably won over the judges was this memorized manifesto all about the robot warrior, and it literally kept going, and we're like,
So
This-
confident.
this girl wrote a book about her character, and it was just like she delivered it on stage in front of Nick and Stacy and the host, and it was like, okay, well, there's the story. Now I sort of get why the robot warrior has this boat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's funny because they went to the first few kids, and the kids are like, "Well, yeah, there's a boat here. It's kind of cool." And they're like
Super
trying to pull,
nervous.
Yeah.
and then like they get to her, and she just like flies off. She's like, "Let me talk. This is my chance."
It's be great.
She's like, I got this, guys.
I will say though, I was disappointed. There was the first, I can't remember his name, but he was on the far left. He made an amazing orc boat, and I really liked how it looked. And it also had the orc in it.
Yeah,
Which I
but
thought
Brad,
was
you would have been
so-
pulling for any kid who built anything with an orc.
True,
Like,
but I
really
will say
stuck with
the
two
wings
bricks
on
the boat.
his.
Orc, win.
If you can find the photos of the wings on the boat, they're amazingly well done. And
He
I
It
did
had
had
a cannon on the front. It was pretty
Yeah.
good.
it was
Yeah,
really cool.
I was gonna say the camera did a really good job of showing what they were working on, but when we got to go up as their sort of phone of friends, we wanted to check in partway through, even though they hadn't hit their buzzers, because we couldn't see that well, even though the camera would like pan over it, because we were like,
Yeah.
what if we get up there and we don't know what they're doing? So we asked if we could go up there, and they made a last minute change for us, and so we went up there and looked, and got a much better idea about what some of our kids were doing, because we were each assigned one. And here's one of the fun facts: the three of the kids who buzzed us up fairly last minute in the competition, all three of them didn't really have a question or concern. They were more like, "I'm putting my finishing touches on. What do you think I should do next?" And we're like, we're generally like, "You're done though. Like you have my kid hit his buzzer at 2 minutes left in the competition and asked me what he should do to finish off his model." I'm like, "This is amazing. You've got like." He had the falconer, and
Mhm.
like it was awesome. And it's not like we've got 2 minutes. Let's add one more bird. Like he wasn't stuck. He was just like, how do I finish this? I'm like, it looks done, dude. You've got a jacuzzi. You've got birds. Like this thing was nuts.
Mhm.
And that was the funny last minute thing was none of them really needed us. They just wanted sort of a last minute go get them, and that's what we gave them. So.
But wait. The kid calls you up, help me, and you go, you're fine, and then he doesn't win. Good job. That's great.
Well,
You really dropped the ball there, Ryan.
yeah. Thanks. So,
wait. Hang on. I know.
so
what
yeah,
just
the
happened.
bird I helped my kid build in the last 2 minutes is the reason he didn't win. That's right. Thanks. No, they were really cool and they were really fun. And we, told them, hey, we're looking forward to seeing you again next year because we're going to do this every year when we reopen. So it's going to become a fun recurring event.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Looking forward to it.
So, did the kids? Is their build in your in the park? Is it on display? Is that part of the reward? What's up?
So part of the reward they announced is that the winning model would be on display at Legoland New York Resort for a gazillion years. I don't know.
Billion.
We were told billion in the class.
Yes.
We were sent.
I was told to say gazillion.
Too many extra time.
Unless
Sorry,
it's
my
made
wife
of
said-
old brown, then it's got like 3 weeks. So,
my wife said I'm being too loud. I'm going to dial it down a little
I'm
bit.
grabbing the live stream link right now, by the way, for Zoom. I'm going to drop that in private chat if you want to
that'd
share
be great.
that.
We'll put that out there. Yeah, it is online. It was live on
YouTube.
It was live everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
But I dropped the YouTube link, so.
So
Okay.
they committed to putting the winner on display somewhere in the park for a billion or a gazillion years. No commitment was made to the other winning models. However, we have documented the heck out of them in case we are able to reuse them at some point in the future because some of the kids really, really wanted to be able to take theirs home and we couldn't do that. But if we can find a way to just rebuild them and recreate them in a little bit more permanent fashion, but without sort of one-upping the winner themselves, because Ava's will be on display somewhere, but we're gonna make sure there's somehow a nod to the other guys. If there's a good way to do it where we can keep doing it year after year.
All right, cool. That's awesome. All right, so you guys, the rest of you guys, talk about your experience.
Well,
Go ahead, Brad.
it kind of all started with Matt, actually. I just get a random text one day that goes, hey, you want to go to Legoland? And I'm like, okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
This Matt.
No, yeah, we were reached out to. So I one day randomly got an email and was It was a very well written email. And at first I thought it was from the Lego Ambassador Network. And then I realized this is a different Sarah. This is a Sarah from Legoland in New York. And I messaged her back and we started chatting. And it came to be known that there were other tickets that would be involved. And of course, if I'm going to take anybody, it would be my Lego content creator friends. And so I reached out to Brad, Dom, and Matt, and they had already gotten tickets except for Brad, which, you know, we still got you there. We still got you there.
Okay.
So technically Brad was the only one that came with me. Although
No, because you said you're gonna bring me, and then she reached out to me.
correct. So Brad was brought in the loop of content creators, thankfully enough. But I guess they had consulted Joey about which individuals they would be taking. I don't know if that's public knowledge or not, but
Yeah.
it was cool to be invited out, and I would love to do it again. It was nice to hang out with the guys and everything, and Emma. But
We're saying all of the guys now.
Yes.
you're one of us. Welcome to the club. But like it almost felt like a Lego convention in a way. The competition was very huge. Like it was nice to be a part of that, and it was the reason why we were there. But ultimately, like the experience of going to Legoland for me for the first time was also, you know, one of those bucket list items. Everybody always asks me, have you been to Legoland? And I have to tell them no. But Brad, we were talking about this. Now we can both say yes.
Which I meant to do that as a video, but I completely forgot.
You were too busy filming the castle stuff.
That's true.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, like the stream was fun to be there in person and see it, but like I didn't realize that the kid had the Falconer because we didn't know the CMFs that they were given. So like there was a couple small things where it's just like, hey, in the future it'll be like ironed out and but it was really fun to be there for the first one because you could kind of see like if you know we do go in the future where it kind of goes to, but like. I mean, half the time I didn't even know what was happening on stage. But again, it's all about that experience. There's a lot of like kind of energy in the room itself. So that was really cool to participate in.
And I think it's one of those things because we were also busy documenting as much as we could what was happening in front of us. We didn't really get to enjoy it in the same way just as like a spectator would. But I have a ton of footage. I'm sure you guys do as well that I'll be going through this upcoming weekend just to sort through
Content. Like
content.
how do
I
I
was
get
thinking about that castle afterwards. I'm sorry.
Dude, there was an hour where you just went off by yourself, and like I assume you were just walking around the castle with your phone like this for an hour.
Yeah, Brad was having fun in the castle area after the
We
event.
can talk
when
about
we
that
were
later.
That sounds disturbing, actually.
What was that? Was that Chris?
He did
That's
ride.
a little disturbing. He was
Okay.
having
This is
fun by himself in the castle. I
Listen
don't
to
know.
this. Listen to this.
okay. So I was like, my goal was like, I'm gonna hit all the castle rides because I'm working on video right now for my channel that's kind of doing a review of the Lego Castle area, my thoughts about it. Which is very hard to say with someone that works for Legoland right here because I'm like, I have thoughts. I have stuff that I think about that you know.
You have a lot of thoughts, Brad. We know that they all involve castles and factions.
Yes, it's true. But when
I work in the model shop. I don't run the rides.
there you go. There you go. So while I was in there, I was like, I want to hit all the castle rides because that way I can talk about that as an experience in this video. And there was one ride I didn't hit with the rest of the group. And so I'm standing in line for this basically kids ride called Merlin's Flying Machine. And I'm just staying like only adult with like no kids.
By himself.
Yep. Just like walking through the line. And I'm like, I feel like this is the start of some sort of bad TV like show.
Didn't look weird at all.
Yeah, I didn't felt like I stood out. And then like I'm the only one that's by myself on
Chris
this
Hansen
two-person
comes
ride.
out of nowhere.
Yeah. So yeah, that part was fun.
I've got to share something. Y'all keep talking. I got to share something because we went to Legoland, Florida one time, and it was the second time for Jake. And I was like, "Hey, do you want to ride the castle horses?" He's like, "No." And then I'm like, "Get on it, so I can get on there. We can get the thing." And let me show you the picture because it's so funny. Hang on. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah. He's all like, "We."
Oh,
Okay, see, I would have had fun on that.
that was fun though. Yeah. It's the old school horse.
He was like, "Yeah, whatever." So that's called raising him right. That he doesn't care about the castle.
You know what
No.
though? There was no space stuff, but there was
We should have
castle.
Spaceland.
So
You don't have the Benny spaceship climbing thing like they do in Florida?
No, that's at Lego Movie World, and our park didn't get that.
Oh, Lego Movie World.
It's probably for the best because that's not really a thing anymore.
Actually, Lego Movie World was just what they did to paint over Chima, because they put the Chima ride in Chima Land, and Chima went down, and so it got repainted and redone. So
Didn't they have an actual like recreation of the man upstairs like basement, or did I make that up? Like, did they have the whole like a recreation of the
Legoland California had the actual set from the
California.
live action portion of the first movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, Legoland California's is a little bit more fleshed out than Florida's.
Does it still have that? Or
Yep.
Yeah, could.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
Matt,
Right.
trip to Legoland, California. Not true.
Yeah, right. Big group trip. So it's funny that there was a jacuzzi build, and then you mentioned that, like, it's public knowledge that Joey was involved. But my journey actually started in a hot tub in Atlanta, where Joey just kind of was like, "Keep an eye on your."
Okay, wait. Hang on. Do I need to get the PG-13 up while this story's going?
That's as far as it goes. Jillian was there too, and actually, Matt, you were there for a little bit.
I was on a FaceTime call
You were
for
there
a
in a
hot
FaceTime,
second.
and Dom.
Wasn't Dom also?
Little. There we go. All right, keep going. What's the story?
Circle. So yeah, he said keep an eye on your email, and then sure enough, I'm back at work, the next day or whatever, and it's like, yep, come on, let's do this. I was just so thrilled to be invited, to be included.
Yeah, and then Matt was like, "Do you want to come with me?" And I was like,
So I was like, yeah, like it's a
"I've never done anything like this. I'm not really." Before I met Matt, was never into Lego, never grew up with it, so this is all very new to me still. But I was like, yeah, sure, why not? We'll go up, I'll meet your friends, we'll have a fun day. But it was like, honestly, like one of the most fun days I've had in a very long time. Like seeing all those kids up on stage and like, just their passions was so cute. And then hanging out with these guys was a lot of fun. Like the four of us had an Airbnb and we just, it was so great, like meeting y'all and just having so much fun. So thank you for inviting me.
Of course, no one
Emma
else.
was a trooper.
She was.
The amount of times I heard that.
Well, okay, she has to get props
We got back
because
I did. I was like, you guys are great. I love y'all. I need an hour of alone me time.
And then we go out for dinner, and the Lego talk continues. So she said to me after the fact, when we were driving home, she was like, it was really nice, like meeting your friends and hanging out in the park. And then we got to dinner, and like, I kind of thought that like maybe we'd talk about something other than Lego, but you guys kept talking about Lego. I was like, what do you expect? We're Lego fans. Like, what? There's not much else up here.
But no,
which was really funny when you made that comment, because I don't even realize how much, because we started talking to different people. So it was like
right.
Before lunch, it was the core group, and then like we had dinner, which was really good because we went and got hibachi, which was fun. And then we went and hung out with other Lego content creators and stuff. And so all of those people started talking about different Lego things or content things, and it never stops. And yeah.
So who were some other content creators that were there?
Well, so it was the three of us plus Dom and Emma, and then
Dave from Brick Nerd.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was there.
No idea he was going to be there. Been reading Brick Nerd. For years.
Maticus, we didn't tell you this part. So
yeah, he lives 40 minutes from here. He comes fairly often.
Well, and speaking with him, I had no idea that he was around here. I didn't really know who he was. I just had been reading Brick Nerd for as long as I've been involved in this.
So we have a funny story concerning David, because we were talking to him at Legoland, and then the next day, me, Matt, Dom, and Joey and Mitch all go to this used Lego store, and David walks in the door and goes, "Oh, you guys are here too."
He was literally following us everywhere, it felt like. But
yeah, I almost texted him when we stopped to get food at one point and be like, "Hey, I'm just about to walk into this store. You aren't here, right?"
So he didn't plan to meet up with you guys there? Or
No,
it just
he literally walked in the door and was like, "Oh,
that's
I thought I saw a picture. I thought you guys planned it."
Nope.
Nuts.
Nope.
Yeah, I think that kind of thing is what sort of lent itself to a convention feel. It's like, when else would you stumble across another AFOL at this recent during a convention weekend? So
Yeah.
that's why it definitely had that kind of vibe.
Right.
And then there was a few different people from Lego Masters Season 3 on top of Nick and Stacy.
Liz, Steven,
Hmm.
That's right.
Liz's
There's a couple-
partner. I forget
Yeah.
what her name was. But no, yeah.
But yeah, Megan Rothrox, I don't know if any of you guys had the chance to talk to her. She was really interesting. We were sitting near each other in the front row or third row, whatever. And she used to work for Lego. She was, it was very loud and she was quiet. So it was kind of hard to really understand. I know she used to work for Lego in a big way. Maybe you know, Ryan.
They both did.
Yes.
Jim Folds used to be the community manager prior to Steve Witt, prior to brain farting Connecticut dude.
Jake McKee.
Oh no, after Jake McKee. Oh shoot, that's a Kevin Hinkle. Oh, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
So Steve did it before Kevin Hinkle, and then Jim Folds was before Steve. And yeah, Megan used to. I think it was the extended line that she used to work with. And then yeah, fun fact about Megan: 2 of the kids up on stage had attended her online Lego courses.
Oh,
And she was saying that they had learned from her.
And she didn't know until she got there,
Yeah.
and she knew who they were.
She was like, "Oh, my students."
That's really cool.
Well, it was for content creators though. The main group was me, Matt, Maticus, and Dom.
Mhm.
Like there was other ones who kind of had just shown up, at least that like I know of. So I'm like not trying to give us props or anything, but like that was sort of the main group that was like making content, trying to push people to the event itself.
Well, there's Gen X Bricks, who is one of the newer people on Lego Talk. I didn't know who he was.
Oh
really.
yeah, he was there.
And looking, I was like, oh man, cool guy. Like it was really nice to meet him. I don't stay up to date as much with TikTok anymore, so I don't know if there's like a new generation of
You're
Lego.
talking about Sid.
Yeah,
Sid, exactly.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, he's a cool guy.
He is a cool guy.
he's very kind. It was cool to
You know,
to
Sid
talk to
was
him.
at the first. Sid was at the first Lego convention in like 2002 that I went to. He had
Oh.
Star Trek builds there. So, and he like won for a Star Trek build. He and Joe Mino, I believe, are buddies too. But yeah, so I met him like ages ago, and then I never saw him until I saw him again on TikTok. I'm like, that's the guy that was at Brick Fest 2002, and I messaged him, and it's like, yeah, I remember you. So that was kind of cool. So good deal.
Yeah, he showed up with a lightsaber and a Captain America shield, so he was sort of cosplaying.
Were those Birkin builds?
They
Fricker
look
builds?
like Fricker
No,
builds. I was
those
like,
were-
these are knockoff Fricker builds.
Those were his, I believe.
Okay.
Wow.
He's a really good builder. He posts on TikTok a lot. His room looks like he's got like a space for him in amongst all of this Lego in his room. Like he's got like a movie screen and a screen and a screen. It's all packed in there. I don't know how he does all that, but he builds really, really well. So
Yeah, for
he's
sure.
a cool guy.
For sure.
All right, good deal. All right, do you guys have in the panel questions for Ryan about Legoland or the contest or anything like that? Anything that you were wondering about? Obviously, the point of the show was to say
Why isn't there more
"Friends meet
castle?
each other, and my friends didn't meet each other.
Doesn't
So
mean rides, Brad.
Yeah, why was the dragon coaster broken down while we were there?
Let's do,
That was the biggest bummer of the day.
Yes,
I was
that
so
was.
You know what?
stoked to ride the
I-
dragon coaster.
I'm gonna answer that not as an official spokesperson of the park. When a ride is down like that, it is much better for you that it is being looked at and not being run.
But I'm just saying
I'm not going to say it would break down if you were on it, but like when it's down, it's for a good reason, and you're better off not having been on it at the time anyway. So I know people complain about lost rides and missing rides and not getting to do as many as they thought, but we have a park team who puts a ton of work into making sure those run, and sometimes the security measures are so many overlapping layers that it's actually in your best interest that it be down for that period of time.
For
So
sure.
you
Sorry,
won't
that was more of a
die.
joke than anything. I hope
Yeah.
That's fine. I happen to have the answer because sometimes it's really silly reasons, like how much time has passed since the last lightning strike 5 miles away. Like it almost sounds like I'm joking, but there are certain things that happen that you're like, oh, I guess that makes sense. But no one sits there explaining that to guests who go by, going,
Right.
"Oh, the ride's down
Yeah.
again." There's reasons why.
Right. Disney was the exact same way. I was a part of the college program for a short bit of time, and people would be very upset if they couldn't ride the ride that they had wanted to. Granted, they paid a lot more than us to go to Legoland, but
Right.
Yeah.
However, when I was at the Disney program, I was a lifeguard, so it made more sense when we told them you couldn't go swimming because of lightning.
Fair.
Yeah, we
need to
sort of
drag
on
that
that.
park. So
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of along that lightning note, we've got a member of our public safety management team who is a retired NYPD officer, and he said our site. I don't know if I should be sharing this, but he said our site has been hit by more lightning than any building he saw in any year of his career in New York City itself. And those are skyscrapers. And for some reason, lightning is just attracted to our location. It's crazy.
You have a lot of skyscrapers in Miniland.
That's true, and none of them have been hit.
they're made of plastic.
By the way, Brad, my son says
They've got metal inside.
That's true. That's true.
We need to Photoshop Brad's face on that.
With a happy expression.
All right. Any other questions or anything? Any other stories from the show? What all of the prizes did the winner get? By the way, the honor and everything else.
Yeah, so they got the trophy that we made. They all got swag bags, which included some exclusive employee models that my team made that I didn't think were going to go to anybody except employees. So that was interesting. Like I said, they wined and dined them. They put them up in the hotel. They fed them. I don't. This isn't on the record because again, I'm not an official spokesperson. I think there may be possible plans to incorporate them in next year's event. I don't know that 100% for certain, but it's been discussed. Like, not that they would necessarily judge, but bringing them back in some capacity, because I don't think we necessarily want the winner competing again. I don't know if that's sort of dancing around, but yeah, they got quite a bit of stuff. They treated them right, like you guys, the ones who got put up in the hotel and stuff. The winners and contestants all got the same thing. And again, their model goes on display. I want to say there might have been a retail prize, but I might be making that up because I would have wanted one. But yeah, the trophy that we made was sort of, someone complimented earlier. I think you, Dom. I think it was Dom. That trophy was modeled on the Lego trophy piece, and I sort of scaled it up to a size that a kid wouldn't be falling under, but still look pretty good on screen without being the 30-pound Lego Masters trophy. So we tried really hard to make that something that a kid would appreciate.
Wait, did you guys get put up in hotels that got
Nope.
the invite?
I don't
okay.
know.
Oh, sorry. I thought
They-
someone said they were put up. That's my bad.
Maybe next year.
We were given a choice to be, but it was like we got a discount of a certain amount, and even after that discount split between 4 people, it was not worth staying for one night just for us because we're broke content
We
creators.
found an Airbnb very close by. That
Yes,
was
which we had a
Dom-
great time at.
honestly was
Dom-
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Dom, on the other hand, did stay at the hotel.
No, he didn't.
So
no,
He
he
didn't?
stayed at a
No.
different hotel.
He
Oh,
stayed at a
okay.
different hotel.
With his
He
parents.
also went through the same conundrum we did. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Did Dom not want to hang out with y'all?
we just ended up booking because he was originally going to. No, he went with
His
his
folks
family.
came along.
Yeah.
His parents came.
He had his entourage with him. So we just decided that we were gonna hang out together, which we got a lovely Airbnb that was like 5 minutes away. The bed was a bit too short for me, being a 6'2" guy, but besides that, it
You
was
had to lay in it diagonally.
It's not too short for you.
no, okay. When you have a metal bar sticking out of the end of it that I can't put my feet across.
In your bed, do you sleep with your feet off the bed?
Yes.
home? Yeah.
Except when I go on trips, because every hotel I stay at
We
for
put them in the
work
bar.
has long enough beds.
Yeah, there's you guys didn't stay at the farm, did you?
Yeah, it was.
Yes, the barn-like thing.
was
The
Pretty
reason I ask is 'cause there's a couple around here, but there's this really popular one nearby that my sister actually stayed at, and it's like you're living on a farm, and like there's animals next to your house,
Oh.
and
No,
you get like a whole farm experience. But the
No,
house
maybe
itself
not.
is
No,
is
yeah.
nice.
It was
No,
okay.
we didn't do that one.
So it was
Okay,
a
that's
barn.
real. That one's really close to the park.
It sounds cool though.
Yeah.
That
Maybe
does.
that's where we should go next year.
I'll play with the animals.
I was about to say
That-
that was fun.
There was it was a barn that was renovated. Not a huge barn, but it was renovated into like 4 different like little
Mhm.
suites,
Like apartments,
flat-
yeah.
yeah,
It
apartments.
was across from like a horse track. We woke
Oh, yeah.
up that morning and we were like, oh my god, look, it's guys
Oh,
on
okay.
horses.
Yeah, that is the oldest running horse track in America, the longest running horse track in America. I know exactly where you're talking about now.
Fun being all the tourist guide. There we go. That's awesome. It's got all the facts.
Neat.
What is another fun fact of is it Goshen? Is that what it is? Goshen, New York?
It's easy to remember. It's Legoshen now. No, I don't think they'll change their name. The citizens would riot. What's like? You want a fun fact about the park or the area? I've been here 3 years. I don't know everything.
we want like super small, insignificant trivia about the park right now. Give us something that's like totally Easter egg inside.
I mean, Joey's done a lot of Easter eggs. Too bad he's not here tonight.
I will say, there's something me and Matt and Maticus learned while there. And that's every ride at Legoland has some sort of exercise element at it. So,
All
no,
fitness
okay.
based.
If for some
climbing up.
reason we felt like we got our workout
Throwing
in, and it wasn't from walking around.
Oh, did they have that fire truck thing where you have to pump the things to make the
There's
fire
that
truck?
one.
I hate that ride. I
We
hate it.
didn't do it though. But like, there's a castle one where you have to like climb a rope.
Oh my God.
There's
Mhm.
the Magistos one where you have to pedal.
Ninjagos, the
Ninjago
Ninjago
ride.
ride.
Yeah.
That was tough.
Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there's
I have
a
I have
bunch.
to share this one because the fire ride that Chris is talking about. I hate this ride. I'm pretty sure I had a mild heart attack doing it one year in California, and my kids were too young at the time to do it, so I did all the work on it, and I almost died. And for some reason, a couple of years ago, my family thought it'd be hilarious to give me the ride as a gift. That almost killed me.
Great.
And it's funny that you say that because I still won't go on it, even though my kids are big enough to do it. But I still see grown men get on it and do it with their kids, and they still struggle. Like the ride didn't get easier. They really want to work you out for some reason, and I don't know the reasoning behind it. But I know what you're talking. Yeah, the Kid Power Tower, and then that fire ride. Man, that thing is a.
I hate it. I hate that ride.
Yeah,
the Ninjago ride's not that hard if you know how to do it.
No, because you're like swiping.
We did
like
not
this
know
to
how to
Yeah,
do
There was
it.
a big
yeah,
learning
there
curve.
was, yeah.
I was just flailing like a
Oh, so
Cool.
is that how we do it? Not
that
like
the
That's,
secret?
that's how I do it.
failing.
If you like flap your hands over the sensor, oh, piece of
Oh,
cake.
that's so much smarter.
Insider.
Yeah, we definitely have to go back and try it again.
Not this.
ninja.
It was
Yeah.
hard to
Yeah.
aim.
Yeah, if you seen us, we were all like,
We're just flailing our arms.
That's what they told me to know.
Do they have the adventurers ride there with the laser where you're in the old?
No.
None,
No,
so
that's-
the
you're
one
dating
thing about
yourself there.
Legoland New York is everything it's based off of is after 2013,
Yeah.
from what I
totally so.
noticed. But it's like they picked the latest castle theme, even though it's not the latest castle theme and stuff like that.
You would know.
So,
Mhm.
but like I'm saying that for like a lot of different things there, like
We completely neglected.
pirate.
Brad, you were knighted as a squire.
No, I'm still pissed about this. Okay, we go up to these two knights, and they're knighting all the different people. Matt gets king, Dom gets knight, I get squire. The one guy with the castle shirt there. I'm still pissed about that.
Did you punch the guy? Did you?
I almost did.
There was a girl as well. There was a.
Oh, the girl.
Girl.
That would have been even funnier. Just.
I was an archer.
I was
Don't
also
go
a
there,
knight.
Dom.
She was
So-
yes, you were a knight.
So, yeah, that happened.
Joey
Mini
did
Land
give
is
us a tour of Miniland, which was cool as well. We spent some time with him while Brad was filming castle stuff. He missed out, but he was showing us all the Easter eggs that he put in, which was neat just to walk around with him and have him show us everything.
Now he put Dom and Ethan. He built a copy of them and put in there. Is
Yep.
that right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
And I know he made a super secretive swag Yoda from Dom, and then took a picture and like, no, can't have it there because it's
Yep.
copyrighted and all that kind of stuff. So
Right. Right.
The unfortunate thing is one of the best things I remember. We went to Legoland, Florida. They had the Star Wars stuff there, and it was amazing. And then Disney got all ticked off about it and made them not have it anymore. And that was a sad day.
It was very disappointing.
I mean, that's kind of true. They didn't. I mean, so they're the ones that helped sign the agreement in the first place. It wouldn't have been there if Disney and Lucasfilm hadn't agreed to it. The problem was they were opening up Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Florida and California, and they said
Mm,
customers are going to be confused about your Star Wars, which is complete bogus crap. But
Yeah. Well,
nobody wins against the mouse, and that's the end of the story.
yeah.
well, it's because what Disney does. If they have stuff on other platforms, when they're doing Disney Plus, this happened, where they started pulling all their IPs off of stuff, which is This is when I was thinking about Legoland, I was thinking about like the trip afterwards. I think one of the hardest thing with Legoland New York is there aren't a lot of IPs for Legoland New York to work with because there isn't a lot of new IPs. So I think, I'm guessing some of the other Legolands did have the boost of having those original IPs from Lego. So I don't know. That's something I was thinking about. I probably could be totally wrong about that. So
Cool guy got knighted the fairy.
Yes,
Yep.
he was.
I forgot about that.
Correct.
Very
Forgot about
that was
that.
very funny.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
Mini Lander.
Hello.
Oh, look at
Hey,
that!
for the last few
Never.
seconds.
Sorry I'm late, everybody.
Even better, we got to see Joey's house, which was the best part of the whole trip. So
That's the real Legoland.
I had
It's
everybody
true.
over.
Your boss is wondering why you were late, dude. I'm sorry.
I didn't say anything. He's off the clock too. I don't care.
I didn't know when it came in. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, real quick, tell us, Joey, tell us about your experience that weekend. What was going on?
It was a lot of fun. It was pretty wild and crazy. It was a whole big production with the Junior Master Builder competition. I was kind of nervous for the kids going into it. It seemed like a lot of pressure to have on such young kids, but I think they all did pretty well. Proud of them. They put together some awesome builds. I think the kid that I was paired with, Gabriel, I thought his ship might have been the coolest, but he just didn't have kind of the outgoing energy to sell his idea as well as Ava, the winner, did. And I think she deserved the win. She did really good. Very fun, creative build.
Cool deal. And all the extra stuff. Tell us. So you were in charge of putting the season, the top 3 models back together. How did that go? That you could tell us. Hey, we've already understood it was a daunting task. So
There was a lot of rebuilding to be done. Not everything arrived fully built. I don't know, Ryan, what you've shared already.
Just that it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't think those pictures are gonna.
No.
I don't think those pictures are gonna go public because I don't think Fox or Lego would be happy about it. But
I will say
a crate
at least one of those
may have
models
tipped over en route.
arrived just as a pile of brick, and we did our best looking at reference photos and stuff.
Wow.
Shout out to Tom and all the work that he did.
we also know that apparently that packing crew for Fox, I'm not going to make it on the show, so I'll say this. They pretty much stink because Nick and Stacy got 2 trophies and both were broken. So they got 1 trophy and it was snapped off.
Second one broke also?
Second one was broken. They had to repair it as well.
Oh my goodness. I'm with.
That's just sad in itself. That
Dang.
but
I just spent yesterday fixing one of those trophies. So
Who did?
You won't have to fix the other one too.
Joe, geez. We have a friend who deals with some of that stuff. Now, some of that, I can understand the models on the show because you're building in such speed. You're not going to make the most structurally sound whatever, but a glued trophy should be able to be shipped without snapping to pieces, you would think, but apparently not. So, all right. Anyway, all right. Well, you know what? We're at an hour, even though Joe, you just showed up. We're about to wrap up the show, but we're glad you're here. So, everybody, any last questions for Ryan or anything that you want to ask any of the OGBs? You got anything to say? Questions? Anything like that? We covered it all. Well, we're glad that that you guys got to hang out, even though you didn't meet Ryan until now, but Ryan's a cool guy. So when you go back next year, you need to go seek Ryan out, and
Hopefully
everything.
sooner than then. But
Or yeah, hopefully sooner.
You let me know, Brad.
Good deal. All right, everybody, have a good night. Everybody, be awesome and build awesome. Serve your neighbor, love your neighbor, all those things. Good night, everybody.